So, hi everyone, this is Jay, your instructor for computer networks, and in this session, we are going to discuss two main protocols in the application layer, which are the email and the file transfer protocol. So, let's see. So, what is email? Email stands for the electronic mail. It is very crucial part in our life, and any user can access the email very quickly and very easily because it is very easy to use. But the in the background there are so many process and so many things are happening that a normal user is not able to understand. So as an engineer we should know that what is the process which is happening in the background, right? So in the email structure, there are different components such as user agent, then there is a mail server, then there is SMTP that you can see. What is SMTP that we are just going to see? So there are different blocks are there, right? Now each and every mail is having different server. For example, if you are using Gmail, then the Gmail is having different servers. Yahoo is having different servers. If you are using the Apple, then Apple is having their own servers. Different email service providers are having their own servers, but they are working with each other so efficiently, so we are not facing any problem if you are sending mail to another server. So that's the beauty of the email. So there are mainly three components in the email. The first component is known as user agent, the second component is mail server, and the third component is the mail transfer protocol. So what is the user agent? User agents are the application which are running in the application layer, using which you can access the email, you can edit the email, you can read the email, you can send the email, you can forward the email, and much more. If I give you one example for the user agent, you will easily understand. The example of the user agent is the Microsoft Outlook or the iPhone mail or the Gmail that you're using in your phone. Those are the example of the user agent. So those are the application which are specifically developed for email, right? And using that email you can do this all task very quickly and very easily. So now let's see more about the email. The email, it uses the TCP connection and it uses the port number 25. So every time you want to access, for example, www.gmail.com, so in that case your computer knows that to which port number it has to send the request. Then after, the email is having mainly three steps: the handshaking, the transfer of message, and the closure, which is exactly same for the TCP connection. If you remember, it is in the TCP connection. If you want to communicate, the first phase is to establish connection. After that, the transfer of message and the closure, right? Then there are command and response interaction, and the commands and response are in form of ASCII text, so user can easily read that. And the message must be in 7-bit ASCII format, right? Now let's see the steps for the email. So there is a one person that wants to send email to another person that you can see on the screen. So each person is having their user agent. Each person user agent is connected to their own servers. So what is the server? So each service is having their own server. For example, Gmail is having their own server, then Yahoo is having their own server, Microsoft is having their own server, etc., right? Suppose she is using the Google, so her user agent is connected to the Google server. Then after, if he is using the Yahoo, then his user agent is connected to Yahoo mail server. So when she has sent an email to him, so first the message will be transferred to her server, for example in the Google server. Then after, Google will see the message it will analyze the message, and Google will find that okay, this message supposed to be sent to another mail services server. So in that case, it will forward the message to the Yahoo Mail server. The message is received by the Yahoo Mail server and the message will be delivered to him. Now the message will be stored in the Yahoo Mail server unless he is not retrieving the message. So message will be stored in the service provider server unless and until the user doesn't access to that mail. But after it accesses the mail, the message will be read by the user. Now let's see the email format. So you can see that the email is having different sections, such as to, like, to whom you want to send the mail, and suppose if you're receiving them from where, then there is a subject and then there is a body. All these things is the proper basic format of the email. Now let's discuss some protocols for the email. The first is the SMTP. It means that the simple mail transfer protocol, and it is the application layer protocol. It is a connection oriented and the text based protocol. So using the SMTP, the email will be transferred from the user agent to the mail servers. It handles the exchange of the messages between the email server and the user over the TCP/IP network. It also provides the notification regarding to email. So if you have opened the gmail.com, you can see the notification that you have new mail. If you send the email, your email client sends it to your email server, which further contacts to the recipient email server using the SMTP client. This SMTP command specifies the sender's and the receiver's email address along with the message to be sent. And the exchange of commands between the server is carried out without intervention of any user. The next protocol is the IMAP, which is Internet Message Access Protocol, and using the IMAP, client can access the email. They can manipulate the email without downloading them. The email is held and manipulated by the remote server. So there is no need to download the whole email if we are using the IMAP. It enables us to take any action such as download, we can delete without reading the mail, and it also enables to manipulate and delete remote message folders called mailboxes. IMAP enables user to search the email, so all these things can be happen and you don't need to download the whole data from the server. So that is the advantage of the IMAP. The last one is the POP, which is the post office protocol, and the POP is the application layer protocol, and it supports offline access to the messages. We have just seen that in the IMAP you can delete or read the message online, you have to not download these mails, but in the POP you can download the whole data, right? So after downloading you can easily access them offline. It does not allow different facilities such as deleting and editing message on the server, and it is not suitable for accessing non-mail data. So this is it for the email. Now we are going to see the next protocol, which is known as the file transfer protocol. The file transfer protocol is used to transfer file between your computer to server or another computer. Again, it uses the TCP connection, and it uses two TCP connections. One connection is for control connection and another is for data. So using the control connection, your computer can send different control message, for example, what you want to access, or if you want to access some restricted data, in that case you can log in and you can enter the password, and after entering the password over the control connection, the data will be provided by the server. So what is exactly control connection? For sending different information such as user identification, password, command to change remote dictionary, if you want to retrieve store file, all these things can be done using the control connection. And for the control connection, the port number is fixed, which is 21. What is data connection? Once the control connection is established, and once the message is sent over the control connection, the data will be transferred over the data connections. So using the data connection, we can actually send or receive file, and the port number is 20. Now let's see more about the FTP. So when you want to access any file on the server, your computer creates the FTP session, the control connection is established, data connection is established, and after the control and data connection is established, some information is exchanged over the control connection. After that, the data will be transferred. So there are different data structures which are supported by the FTP, which are the file structure, record structure, and the page structure. File structure, it means that there is no internal structure, or file is considered to be continuous sequence of data byte, right? What is a record structure? So in a record structure, the file is made up of sequential record, and page structure is file made up of independent indexed pages. And this is how the FTP works, and this is the end of the session. Thank you so much.